Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? What's up, HCR fam? What's up, positive people? It's B Plus, and it is the end of the first quarter. So you already know what's about to happen right here on the Be Positive Music Show. I got my guy, Mr. Ear to the Streets, Luke DiMarzio, stopping by. Say what's up to the Holy Culture family.
Hey, what's up, B Plus? Thanks for having me. I always look forward to being on this show, man.
Yeah. I look forward to the end of the quarters just because I know I get to sit down with you and talk through at least 15 albums that have dropped throughout the year. I was telling you before we got started, and even while I was on my morning walk, that man, this has been a very great start to 2025. So I'm super excited about today's show. And of course, we are coming to you live right here on SiriusXM, channel 140 and Holy Culture Radio. If you don't have the app, change that today. Wherever you go to download your favorite apps, make sure you go check that out. So without any further ado, we got to go ahead and hop into the first quarter. And during this first quarter, we are going to be highlighting, let's set the stage for the entire show. So for the entire show, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be walking through the first quarter of 2025. And Luke is going to give us the top 5 albums according to him, or he's going to highlight 5 albums that came out during each month. So you're going to get about 15 albums today. And we're going to kick things off with the month of January. So, Luke, over to you.
All right. Yeah, the first album that stuck out to me in January dropped right at the beginning of January. It's called All the Right Reasons by St. Jones. St. Jones, he's been around for a minute, and I feel like at the beginning of every year, he always starts off with a banger. This is really good. He's like really lyrical, really sounds great. This is a really solid album from St. Jones.
Nice.
Yeah, second up is Seven. Now he's one of my favorite rappers. Dude's rhyme schemes are just insane.
Yeah.
But this is his first album release in over 7 years.
Yeah.
And, so with Moses, he really, I don't think his pen has slowed down at all. What's interesting is all these songs are really, really long. He's probably done rapping about 3.5 minutes in every track, but then he just lets the music ride for another 5 minutes on every song. So, it's an interesting listening experience for sure. But I was glad to hear Seven's back. And what's crazy is I'm not going to talk about these others, so I'll talk about it now. He's released 3 projects this year already. So
how do you come out of retirement with 3 projects? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So, but Moses is the best that he's released so far. I'm looking forward to. I know he's got "Pray for My Hood" album coming out later this year, so I'm excited. I'm excited for that. Next is Adam, "Constant Surveillance." I really appreciated this from Adam. He's always got punchlines. I just love listening to him. Yeah, punchlines like crazy. Sometimes he mixes up his flow a little bit, and it might be a little unorthodox, but I really love listening to him rap. He actually dropped another project this year with Will Cada, and so this is the more solid. This is the more solid project from him. So shout out to Adam. He's a friend.
I love Zealots on that album. That's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites on there.
It's solid. The next project in January is Motion Plus's album called Focus. Now, I feel really bad because a while ago, I want to say 2 months ago, before the album came out, he reached out to me, hey, you got to listen to this and give me some feedback on it. And I didn't listen to it. And then it dropped and he's like, hey, did you listen to it? And I was like, no, sorry, I didn't listen to it. I finally listened to it last week. Because I'm I got to give it actual brain space so I can give him feedback, that I need to. And I was like, wow, this actually is really, really solid. I wasn't really familiar with Motion Plus. I think he's been on some features on some stuff, but just boom bap, straight up quintessential hip hop, what you would imagine from an artist like that. It's a really, really solid project though. Gotcha. And then the last one is, this is another one of my favorite artists, Von Juan, Undefeated. Now, I do think that Vaughn has had better albums, but there's some really good songs on here. Gotcha. And I always love hearing Vaughn's take on Christian culture and the way he raps. He's got some melodies, he's got the down south sound, and so I just really like that type of music. So that's the last one to round out January.
Dope, man. I really enjoyed the start of the year. It's been a very busy, in my own personal life, it's been very chaotic. It's been very busy on the home front, very busy at work as well. But I did get a chance to listen to some of these albums, and I really enjoyed just kind of skimming through it. After you sent me this list, I just kind of put a bunch of the different songs from the albums into a playlist, and we're off to a really good start. So what I want to go ahead and do is go ahead and hop into our first musical set of the day. So Luke, let us know the first song we're going to check out. And again, these next 3 songs that we're going to hear are all from the albums that he just chose. So Luke, what's the first song we got?
First song you're going to hear is Moses by Seven.
It's a good one. It's a good one, guys. So this is the Be Positive Music Show. We're hanging out with Luke DiMarzio. He is the CHH informant of this show. So you guys sit back, relax, and check out this first quarter set.
This is Jeremiah Bligent, and you are now tuned in to the Be Positive Music Show with Beat Plus right here on Holy Culture Radio.
Welcome back, Holy Culture family. Hope you guys enjoyed that first quarter set. And before we hop into our February picks, let's go ahead and talk about what we heard during that first quarter. Luke, over to you.
Yeah, the first song you heard was Moses by Seven.
Because God is enough and he has empowered us. And pain is the process by which he waters us. I'm bearing fruit. I guess God made me a botanist. I went from hating my lot to being an optimist.
The second song was Tip and Flow.
They claim they ghost, but they lacking proof. Ask a dealer for a discount, cause the lack they sold me ain't have a rule. Billboard with my face on it, when I take risks, Christ might bless. At the altar like jagged edge, you ain't gotta meet me in a white dress.
By Von Juan. And that last song was Survival Guide by Motion Plus.
Knowing that this life ain't living, but you'll survive. You'll survive. I know you ask why. I know you ask why. Thank God you're alive. Thank God you're alive. And you're gonna survive.
Yeah. So we got a little gritty towards the end. We went to H-Town, and then we got a little gritty. One thing I liked about that I always like about getting lists from you is that you take a trip across the United States every single time. And we're definitely going to continue to do that on this show. We're just getting started. I have a feeling that we're going to take a trip to the West Coast at some point this second quarter as we look into our February pick. So, Luke, over to you once again.
Cool. Yeah, the first album that stuck out to me in February, and I think for a lot of people, honestly, was Kieran the Light, his project, Desires of a Pure Heart. It's just a really solid project. I will say that I'm pretty particular, and I think that Kieran could switch up his flow a little bit. But for the most part, like his content and his beats and his features, I thought it was a really solid project from him. And then the next project that I really appreciated from February is William Pippin's No Writer's Block. Now, is he from Ohio?
I feel like you asked me that before, and
I think he's from Ohio.
Yeah, I didn't do the research, but I feel like he is.
Okay, yeah. I thought this was really solid too. Like, yeah, he's got some good raps in there. I think he's he's pretty versatile. He's got some good features in there too. We're gonna hear from him later, so let's keep going.
Let's go.
The third project, and this is also top of mind for everybody, is this West Indies project by John Keith and Miles Minnick. Some crazy beats on here. They took the In the Club beat and they flipped it a little bit, and it's really cool. My
wife even picked up on that one. She was just kind of like, "Welcome to the club." She was like, "Oh, I hear it." So it's funny because I was going to like over explain it to her, and then like I got like 1 sentence into it. She was like, "Oh yeah, I got that." So pretty dope flip.
Right. The content though is like a little like they're just rapping at a muse about like how they came up kind of thing, like it's just something to listen to, I'm not sure that there's much depth to it, but I thought it was a really fun album. And in the same vein, this next project, John Soto, his South Side of the Kingdom, so this is Houston straight through and through H-Town album. Like it's got some screwed stuff on here, it's got like some crazy mainstream features on here. Again, this is just a fun listen for me, but I mean, still pointing to Christ. Like this is from a Christian worldview, of course, but like still, it's just a fun listen. I always love finding stuff like that. Nice. And then this last one snuck up on me. I really am not that familiar with Glow.
I'm not either.
I supported him. I actually bought this off his website.
Got you.
Glow, Let There Be Light. But Duke can rap. What's crazy is, yeah, he can really rap. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, you're good. You're good.
Each of these songs is only like 1 or 2 minutes though, and I'm like, I need more because yeah, it's really really solid. Listen, some worship tunes on this project too. He like interpolated some worship tunes on there. I thought it was really really solid.
Yeah,
And then
I like something new, and Find Yourself. Those were two that stuck out to me where I was just like, man, like, and it feels like, I know the songs are short, but it's almost built to like for a feature. It's like,
yeah,
like somebody can easily hit him up and be like, hey, like, you got to give me 16 on here, and it'll really fill out the song. So and then also just the fact that the name of it is Glow, and you want to I guess kind of make him affiliated to like the Glow movement that's going on the West Coast, and it's not. It's not.
No.
So.
Yeah. And then I have an honorable mention here. Tony Trotter's project called Music Made in the Middle. Tony Trotter, he's a 2025 Rapzilla freshman. And I thought this was a really solid project. This is actually his first album he's ever released. And I thought it is really good. It's kind of a little gritty boom bap kind of thing. And he's from the West Coast. He lives in Kansas City right now. But yeah, I thought he's really solid. He's a good dude too. I chop it up with him about baseball. So,
and it is baseball season. My Cincinnati Reds. I say that until like we get into the season and they're not really playing that well. But my Cincinnati Reds. I think opening day was yesterday. I'm not even sure if we won or lost. So shame on me.
They won.
Of course they won, because I'm on top of everything when it comes to baseball. And speaking of sports, man, Jokic is the MVP. Like,
thank you.
I understand it. Like, this is way off topic, and I know we're here for Christian hip hop, but just give me 30 seconds here. We started this thing back in the 90s where we didn't want to give people 3 MVPs in a row because Larry Bird got 3 MVPs in a row. So now we want to keep that lore of Larry Bird, and I get it. So Michael Jordan didn't get 3 MVPs in a row, and he should have. Shaq probably should have got 3 in a row, and he probably should have. LeBron should have got 3 in a row. He probably should have. And now Jokic, they don't want to mess with Larry Bird. So because of that, everybody's been getting this shaft against like not getting 3 in a row. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Shea. And I love Shea, but like that pass he had the other night when he spun and threw it over the shoulder, the dude wasn't even in the frame. I'm like, come on, man. So
thank you. I don't even need to say anything else. That was amazing. I need to clip that and put it in all my basketball chats. Thank you. I didn't even tee you up for that or anything. Thank you.
And I'm a reputable source. Well, anyway, let's get back to some music. What's the first song we're going to check out from the month of February?
First song is John Soto's song New Chapter.
New chapter. So you got it right there. You guys keep it locked right here on the Be Positive Music Show. We got a lot more to cover still coming up. We have the month of March, so don't you guys go anywhere. You guys sit back, sit tight, and listen to this music.
It's halftime with B+. Time for that pep talk.
Holy Culture family, welcome back to the show, the Be Positive Music Show. I'm hanging out with Luke DiMarzio. He is the CHH informant of this show. He is dropping a lot of dope music for you guys. I need to get all this into a playlist, or at the very least get it posted on IG so you guys can stay up with all these dope albums that he's letting you guys know about. But in the meantime, Luke, let us know what we heard during that second quarter set.
Yeah, that first song again was John Soto's song New Chapter.
King, homie. Not only is he in me, you seeing him all on me. He never leave me lonely. True promises he showed me. My strength when I was weak, I had to beat them streets was phony. Turned they back and stabbed mine, try to act like they ain't know me. No.
The track 2 that you heard was William Pippins featuring Fern, Dark Hours.
OG Charles Bronson, white got packaged in a batch like Johnson. Batch got served up in a street, man. Offered to the user or the dealer was deceased, black coffin.
And that last one, I had to throw it in for the West. John Keith and Miles Minnick, Get It Together.
You ain't a beast, Gaston. Yeah, we see you, punk. You think with all that Capcom, you could box with us?
Yeah, we literally started in the southern part of the United States, Houston, Midwest, then we went out to the West Coast. So you gotta love it. CHH is very, very, very broad, and I'm just loving what we're putting out right now. So let's keep things moving. let's hop into the month of March. What you got?
Awesome. Yeah. Going back to the South again. I don't know if you knew this dropped. It's on even.biz, Linnell Grant's project. My Name is Nell. Oh man, she is so good. I think she is the best female rapper in CHH right now. She is so
Yes.
good.
Yes. She's and producer.
Yep. It's amazing. She's amazing. I love Barmageddon. She had some crazy tracks on here.
Yeah.
And yeah, anyway, keep going. KRL. Now, this is a waterfall drop. So now it's called something different. It's got a couple extra tracks on there. At least when it was released in March, it was called One for the Books. Now, if you go try to look this up, you're going to just find that song on a compilation that's named something else because he's dropping it like it's a waterfall drop. This is like a social media tactic to keep hype up around your stuff, which is really dope. KRL is really, really strong.
Yeah,
And
I thought I saw another thing called like XX. It's called something else.
Yeah,
I was just very confused.
Yeah, so that's what's happening is like he just keeps dropping more and putting them all in the same compilation.
Okay,
So,
got you.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
The next album, Young C, Long Story Short. Now I think this is Young C's best album in a while. He's been using Jackson as his producer mainly. He branched out a little bit. He has some different production on this, and I thought it really helped him. Again, like if you don't listen to Young C, you're gonna get some like gospel, like chipmunk soul gospel kind of beats on there, and it's really good. He reminds me, his like vocal cadence and just the way his voice sounds, he reminds me of J. Cole a little bit. And I just think he's really dope. He's one of my favorites to listen to.
Yeah.
Next is another even.biz drop. This artist, his name is Jay Murph, and the album is called The Price of Rent Is My Smile. This is like smooth jazz beats behind this dude rapping, and it's just really laid back. I love it. I've just kept running this back and back and back and back on my even app, and so I really love Jay Murph and what he's dropping. And then the last one, we're back south again with Jay Woods, Only by Chance.
Gotcha, man. I really enjoy it. Man, I gotta give some of my favorites out of the ones you listed, because, well, actually, which maybe we'll save it for the last quarter. Because I've been trying to debate which month I like the best so far. But I really like Jay Woods' Man on Fire. That's one of my favorite ones that I was listening to during my walk. The collab that Young C had on Love Is Patient. I don't want to jack her name up. Is it Kiaja?
Something like that. She's done some stuff with Miles, and she's a West Coast female rapper. I don't know how to say her name really either. Yeah,
Love Is Patient. That's a really, really, really nice song. And then Iscariot, that's the KRL joint with Don J Live.
Yeah,
I really like that. I think that KRL, Don J Live, Kid Lee, and Kyrion the Light, they should just form a super group, because they had going just hopping back to February, that song It Ain't Over, where all of them are on it.
Yeah,
that's my anthem of the year. That's
dope. That's cool. Hey, I had one honorable mention for March too.
I'll go for
it. What's funny is like I like this dude's music. His name's Westside Mo. He put out a full album called The Red Sea, and what's funny is when it dropped, I actually missed it. So like 2 hours go by, I had already updated all the playlists and everything, and then I see him on Instagram talking about his new album. I'm like, oh, dude, I missed this. And so I had already sent out everybody my list. Here's the new songs for the day. Here's all this stuff. And I had to go back and be like, oh, no, I got to go listen to this. But really solid. Westside Mo, he continues with his like Moses imagery. If you haven't been following him, he's kind of always dropping stuff with reference to the Exodus and stuff like that. And so he's really dope, West Coast rapper. And thank you.
Cool. Well, let's go ahead and get right back into some more music. We're going to come back for a fourth quarter set. We're just going to chop it up for a little bit during our fourth quarter set. We may play some music. I'm not sure, but we'll maybe see that. But for right now, Luke, go ahead and let us know what we're going to check out for this very first song of the third quarter.
Yeah, the first song you're going to hear is Young C, 41.
It's a nice one. It's a nice one. So you guys sit back, sit tight. We are going to try to stuff in as many songs as we can in this next set. This is the Be Positive Music Show, hanging out with Luke DiMarzio, and we will be right back.
Get the Holy Culture app where you can watch the latest videos.
God has given us an exciting platform and a voice to speak to our generation.
Go in depth with artists, check out our podcast, and more.
Holy Culture family, we are in the last 15 minutes of the show or so. Hope you guys have been enjoying this walk through the first quarter of 2025. 15 plus albums that have come out to start the year. Luke just walked through. But before we go ahead and round out the hour, Luke, let us know what we heard during that third quarter set.
Yeah, that last set, the first song you heard was Young C 41.
Things that he never would do. Trade him my always so I can be new. The power of God will forever be true. True, forever is true. True that's forever. I tried this world and it never could measure. Fighting these pleasures like Conor McGregor. Yeah. All for his hidden riches and his heavenly treasures.
Second song you heard was Linnell Grant, Barmageddon.
Yeah, that grace does abound, but Jesus only died once. When I think back on my past, sometimes I laugh, sometimes I cry on my knees, sometimes I cry on my face, sometimes I'm slain, sometimes I cry for my keys.
The third song was Jay Woods, Hemi Turner.
Yeah, it's on sight, I gotta go, we'll be alright. Tell Lucy I'm down for the fight, I can get gully like a thief in the night. You don't wanna see me, I'm swiftly lying, you would've thought I was divine.
And that last song was Jay Murph, First Things.
And if you follow, you seeing the plays. I ain't dropping nothing. If you watching, revere what I made. Came from hard times, hard rhymes, from demons to slave. Read it in the week, like Jesus raising his friend from the grave.
First things. Nice. So now it is it's time for the fourth quarter. I just want to hang out with Luke a little bit and talk about like the start of this year. We're off to a good start. 2024 was an amazing year. So kind of on the heels of that, 2025 is off to a great start. So I'm still trying to debate, Luke, man, which month do I enjoy the best? I think my favorite, it's tough. I thought I had an answer till I just looked at my screen again. So what are you kind of thinking as we start off this year?
For me, I thought that January started off really strong as far as quantity. Whenever I'm coming up with these conversations with you, I keep a running list of all the albums that I think are dope that drop. And then whenever it's time to talk to you, I know what I got to bring it down to 5. So January, for instance, I had 19 albums to choose from to pare it down to 5. Yeah. And then like February, I thought was better for quality purposes rather than quantity. So I thought like I only had 9 projects to choose from in February that I thought were dope. And so, but I thought that those were really strong.
Yeah, I will have to agree with you because February, it was just really, like you said, like Kira on the Light with Desires of a Pure Heart. Then you had John Keefe and Miles Minnick with West Indies. And now you throw on top of that, like this Glow project that I didn't know about until about a week ago. And now I love that project. So definitely very strong. But then you look over at March, definitely it was a month that's really leaned on like the people hopping on Even and getting projects on there. I think 350 just dropped his on Even.
Yeah, I was listening to it this morning.
Got you. I haven't done it yet, but so man, it really is tough. And then also Sail Out the Corner. Which month did his album come out in?
That was February. I was gonna say that. Sail Out the Corner, he dropped in February as well.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go. I'll have to go February as my favorite month, just because I think I've listened to Desires of a Pure Heart, West Indies, and I listened to those so much that it will have to get the nod for me. But it's off to a great start. Off to a great start for sure.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, before we get out of here, you were just telling me about a recent purchase you just made. So I want to give you a little bit of airtime to talk about this purchase you just made.
Yeah, you can see here over my shoulder. I'm not gonna go. It's actually farther away than it is, so I'm not gonna reach for it right now. But this is Gospel Gangsters Gang Affiliated. I got it on vinyl. They did a re-release of it through boonsoverstock.com, and it's clean, dude. And it brought me back to the first time I listened to it, because like, you know, however many, it dropped in 93, so this is like 32 years later.
That's crazy.
I typically only like I have like a couple songs that I like off of it, and so whenever I listen to that, I revisit it. I just listen to those songs on their own. But
Yeah.
like going and listening to it, the way that the sequencing is, it's telling a story, you know, and you hear like what the streets are like and all this stuff. It's really cool, and they were able to pull off some really cool samples. So they have like some Dr. Dre samples in there, some like, you know, throwbacks to like Snoop and, you know, the Compton shout outs and all that stuff. It's a really fun listen, man. I always
really
love
cool.
Gospel Gangsters. R.I.P. Mr. Solo.
Yeah, man. That's one of those ones where I forget, and I'm reminded. It's kind of like when Kobe passed. Like I genuinely forget that he's passed until I see him, and I get excited hearing about the story. That I'm like, oh crap, he's not here. So
yeah,
Solo is the same way. Definitely the same way. So, man, Luke, you got anything coming up that we should be looking out for coming up, other than just like your handles and things like that?
No, I don't have anything.
You don't have anything right now?
Easter's coming up. It's kind of a big thing for us Christians, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we get to celebrate Christ's resurrection. So, and I'm a pastor at a church, so there's a lot of planning involved in that, and we're hoping to lead some people to Christ this Easter.
That's dope. That's dope. And that's a really a great. Actually, I don't think I've done like a resurrection segment on my show. But maybe I may need to explore for the 19th, kind of putting together a resurrection show where the entire show from top to bottom is about and maybe I can build it out to where like it is just like the gospel, like a song like a first segment about his life, and then like the second segment is about the death, and then the third segment is about the resurrection.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so maybe we might need to collab on that. Maybe you can make a special appearance around Easter, and we can maybe collab and put some type of show together to celebrating like the reason for it all, man. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, maybe, man. Yeah, let me know.
Okay, we'll do. So, Holy Culture, you got an exclusive just now. We may be collabing for a special Easter resurrection show. So, with that being said, Luke, thank you so much for stopping by the show. It's always a treat, man. This is every 3 months. I really look forward to this. I think the people look forward to it as well. So, with that being said, Holy Culture family, thank you guys so much for checking out the show. My SiriusXM listeners as well, thank you guys so much. And until next time, I am B+. That is Luke DiMarzio. Peace in, confusion out, and be positive. Hey, what's going on, positive people? Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. Make sure you like, share, and leave a comment below of your thoughts on this video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Be positive, y'all.